Welcome to some Dune Imperium Digital. I'm in the queue for my first ever game of Ranked Immortality plus Rise of Ix. The queue just opened up maybe half an hour ago. Maybe it was the first one, so maybe I missed the very first ranked game, but this is going to be my first one and one of the first ones worldwide. I'm curious to see how this is going to go. It didn't say on the screen whether this is play to 11 or not. Okay, what do I know? Do I know anything? Well, I know it's my pick. Ilbon, Memnon, Romber, Yuna, Elisa, Tessia. What do we got? Not that this matters with atomics in a way, but Imperial Shock Trooper, Chris Knife, Organ Merchants, Betty Tlaylock's Researcher, Bene Gesserit's Sister. Okay, all 3s and 4s. And then we have Beguiling Pheromones, Scientific Breakthrough. Okay, that one's pretty good. As for techs, Invasion Ships, Artillery, and Memo Quarters. Huh. Luis, I don't know if it's 211. Would it say if it were? That's yeah, I agree. That's pretty weird if it's not. You know what? I'm gonna play Tessia here. I just feel like playing Tessia. I was thinking about Memnon, you know, a little inaugural Memnon, but felt like going with some Tessia. Yeah, there's some nice text here. Memo Quarters obviously is great for Tessia. I mean, it's pretty good for everybody, but it's particularly good for Tessia because it's pretty easy for her to actually get the influence to make the point happen. I still don't know why they bother showing the research track in Leader Select. Like, what is the point of that? Scientific Breakthrough. Very good. Very good to get an extra researching card that can go anywhere. And then, of course, later, hopefully a victory point. The Beguiling Pheromones, it can be cool, but my experience with it is it often sucks. It can be good, but it often is not. We've got Ilbon picked up. I guess it's not to 11. That seems really bizarre. Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. So we've got Romber, Elisa, and Ilbon, and I am Tessia. I am player 4. We're playing for a victory point, and then Water Spice is the skirmish. I have Diplomacy, Reconnaissance, 2 convincing arguments, and a dagger in my hand. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I might end up tech negotiation. I want to play the Diplomacy for sure. So the next round, you know, I can Signet Ring it and change it into Guild Influence and maybe get to shipping next round. We'll see what happens. Mr. Useful Pheromones is basically a power play with occasional upside. I mean, no, I don't agree with that. I think it's a dead card with occasional power play upside. I'd flip it around because you have to draw it at the same time as you have a faction card, and you have to want to trash that faction card as well. I mean, you can also trash the Beguiling Pheromones itself for a one-time power play use, which is maybe what you mean, but you still have to draw it at the same time as another card. So it goes on both sides of the power play spectrum. It can be better than power play if you manage to get it, you know, with a couple of fold spaces in your hand and you can use it a couple of times, or it can be worse than fold space where you just don't manage to get any use out of it. Okay, so wealth taken, fold space taken, smuggling taken. No great surprises here. I think I'm going to hit still suits. And I'm going to throw in 1 for the moment. Hey, Diz. No, this is not go to 11. Isn't that crazy? Hey, Haroldinho. Yes, Immortality and Ranked. Here we are. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I have 5 persuasion at the moment. No, okay, so tech negotiation is gone, so I can't get to 6. I was thinking maybe I go 6 and then do an atomics. I can't do that. I could go to Arakeen and draw, but there's just a high chance of screwing things up if I do that. So I don't want to do that. And I was talking about getting to shipping next round. I can't actually do that. I'd like to get this spice here because then I could maybe get memo quarters next round. I should have probably put in 2 troops, but I may put in more. Hey, Sirowit! Glad you could be here for the stream. So, I mean, you wish Ranked didn't include Ix? I personally agree with you. I wish it was just Immortality for now. Hey, Ship It Holla. No, it's not 211 as far as we can tell. Nope. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking with this, really. Oh, man. Yeah, I really don't want to go to Arakeen. There's just a high chance of kind of screwing up my next hand. I think... Okay, I'm getting the spice right now. If I were to go to Arakeen, I could throw in a whole bunch for a water, but I'm not too interested. I mean, I could research. If I really want to get crazy, I could research. And if I happen to draw both experimentations, I could get the scientific breakthrough right now. But that is pretty ridiculous. You know, I think I'm going to blow up the row and just see what that does for me. Okay, firm grip. Sold. Sold! I'll take a firm grip. Compared to what else I had available for me, I think getting that firm grip is fantastic. So the new cards in the Imperium row are Cheney, Dissecting Kit, Opulence, Freighter Fleet, and there was a Bene Gesserit sister. Now there is a Lady Jessica. Oh dear. Okay, so yeah, I really would love to get this memo quarters, especially with the firm grip. It's basically guaranteed. Dissecting Kit is a nice card, but I only had 5. So between that or firm grip, I'm going to go with the firm grip. So I didn't get to fold space this round, so I can't ship next round. But, you know, I can at least, you know, I can shift myself up there a little bit. But presumably Elisa is going to unlock shipping here. 2 experimentations from Ilbon. He gets himself a Dissecting Kit. Particularly nice for Ilbon because it's a good green. I mean, it has graphs, so it can go to other places as well, but that green is better for Ilbon than it is for most leaders because he loves, you know, Mentat, obviously, and other green things. He loves green things. All right, Elisa takes the victory point, Ilbon gets the water, and I get the spice, which is really what I wanted there. I mean, sure, if you said, would you like a spice or a victory point? I would choose the victory point, but that wasn't being offered to me. All right, so Elisa's presumably going to hit fold space with her Seek Allies. No, wait a minute. Seek Allies has been played, Diplomacy is gone, so she can't actually get there. Huh, that's interesting. So, okay, nobody has Spice. Nobody has a Tech Negotiator. I think my goal is to seek allies to fold space and then signet ring to tech negotiation and get the memo quarters is maybe what I want to do. I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch of spice here. There's experimentations to be played. There's all this stuff going on. There's a lot going on. Mr. Yersul, yeah, you're right, actually. If I just go signet ring to tech immediately, then I can do it. I can bump down here, go up here, and then go up there. Yeah. That's true. So that is what I will do. Mr. Yersul, hey, Fadi Al-Riachi also has the same point. Yes. Thank you. Thank you all. 5595472. It is Dune time indeed. All right, let's make this move. Very nice. And then I can discard a card to get a spice at the same time. I'll discard this dagger happily. Or maybe actually discard the Seek Allies I think makes more sense. Because I'm probably going to end up playing the experimentation. Yeah, I'm going to be playing the experimentation. So let's get rid of the Seek Allies here. Hey, Gooser 3000. A couple of rank games last week, someone got Baron and they were unstoppable. Sometimes that happens. Hey, Kroish. Yes, ranked. The new season just started. I noticed it's like a 41-day season as well. I'm not sure why that is. It's an odd amount. I mean, I'm glad it's longer, but it's a strange amount of time to increase it by. Yeah, so ranked queue now is Rise of Ix Immortality, but it does not go to 11. So we're going to ship, we're going to research. And yeah, I think it's going to be up. And then maybe next round, maybe an up-down with troop transports. We shall see. I mean, if I wanted to get stupid... Okay, Hilbon's already at 8 for his Swordmaster next round. If I wanted to be stupid, and I don't, okay, I don't want to be stupid, but if I did, I could go up, down, and get Swordmaster. But again, Ilbon's going to block that plan anyway. So I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go up again. Jeffrey Castle, thank you for the sub. Welcome aboard. Of course, the interesting thing about streaming on YouTube is we don't actually know necessarily if the people who are subbing are currently watching the stream or if they're like watching one of the other many videos on YouTube at the same time. So Jeffrey, if you are here, hello. And if you're not, you know, maybe you'll watch this someday and that'll be fun for you. So I'm going to have 2 specimens, and those specimens can't do anything for me this round. Oh, Jeffrey, you are here. Watching on your lunch break. Fantastic. What's the situation, Jeffrey? Paint us a picture. Are you on your phone, in your car? Are you at your desk? Are your hands getting messy from your lunch? You're trying to figure out how to manage everything, you know? Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, we've got another atomics being blown up. Water Peddler, Smuggler's Thopter, Kwisatz Haderach, Treachery and Scout. Water Peddler has been taken. Now we've got a Guild Accord here as well. Jeez, man. Well, there's... Okay, High Council seat is still looking kind of nice, but you never know. There's still 2 family atomics left. Jeffrey watching with the phone at the desk, currently understanding only 2/3 of what's happening since he has not played any expansions. Oh, and everything gets blown up again. Jesus, man. Give a man a break. You know what? Get rid of atomics. I'm sick of them. All right, now let me read the Imperium roll once again. Vidagan Death Commando, Satellite Band, Worm Riders, Arrakis Recruiter, there was a Shadout Mapes who is gone, and now there's Thufir Hawat. God damn, man. All right, well, I will take an Arrakis Liaison in this situation. And I will end the turn. One atomic weapon left in the game. Peter DeVries now on the board. How's our stream doing? Everything seemed to be going smoothly enough here. All right, Romber gets the victory, influence and 2 intrigue cards. Let's see what he does. Okay, he unlocks shipping. So I do have priority on it though. So my first move here is going to be experimentation, and I think I like the up down with the troop transports right here. Now with my research, I have to decide, do I take the specimen and hope I can get the scientific breakthrough? Hold on, what's Ilbon doing? He's researching right now. He's taking a specimen. He's going to reveal before me. So no, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this thing, unfortunately. Ilbon's indicating pretty hard that he wants it. I mean, maybe he wants this. But, so I think that means I'm going to be going for the Scarab. Hey, Mr. Carouse says this stream came at a perfect time to wind down after summer exams. Hey, congratulations on finishing your exams. I hope everything went okay, and I hope you're, yeah, able to wind down a bit now. Happy to be a part of that. Fadil Riachi, you'd prefer a down-up to prepare for the next round so I could get another activation out of it. I mean, that's a reasonable plan as well, but I kind of like the idea of getting some Solari out of this. To maybe get into... Well, to get me straight into Swordmaster for one thing. Anyway, here we go. So yeah, I'm going to take the Scarab. I would love to get this thing, but Ilbon has like basically told me he's doing it, so... and I'm going to take the troop transports. Do I go guild again? I'm gonna do it. All right, what was the tech that replaced the transport's detonation devices? Here's another look at the Imperium row, since the cards keep on changing. A lot of pricey stuff, which is kind of why I'm interested in the Solari for the High Council. Of course, it could still change. All right, there's 6 persuasion. I mean, Solari. Ilbon... Hey, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, he just gained that Solari, right? So Ilbon presumably is going to get Swordmaster here, and then hopefully I can get it next round with this Solari. I'll have to decide between Swordmaster and shipping, but I think I'll choose Swordmaster. Assuming I can get it. Yeah, I've got a fair amount of green here. Okay, I mean, I could go to wealth, but I could also go to fold space and just get that. I'm just going to overflow on Solari a little bit. But whatever. The fold space is more faction influence later anyway. So that's what I've done. All right, well, Solari shouldn't be an issue in the short term at least. Selective breeding coming out for Romber now. Gets his first, in fact, the first influence on the Bene Gesserit track. Hey, Thomas, Beguiling Pheromones is best with fold space. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing with fold space because you're trashing the fold space anyway. So that's something Elisa might want to pick up for herself. I can't remember if she's been activating her signet ring. Here it is. Okay, she does do it this time. Gets the Solari from one part of her leader ability and then spends it on the other. Nice to see that synergy happening. Mr. Ursul, with Ilbon taking Swordmaster, I could have sniped Breakthrough. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that would have been great. Okay, I have the one dagger here, so we'll see what Ilbon has. I mean, the nice thing is I'm not dependent on first. He decides to change his mind there anyway. Changing his whole move. I've never seen the two cards come back like that from the graft. As far as my reveal goes, I don't know if I'm going to be taking anything at the moment. Hey, Sebastian Skura. Thank you. Yes, I have been enjoying my holidays so far. Dave C. Hello to you. Let me reveal. Yeah, it would have been great to snag that, wouldn't it? Do I want another liaison? There's such nice stuff there. But it's gonna be, yeah, you know what? Sometimes I just can't resist the liaison. I think there's a reasonable reason to have not taken it, because you know what I mean, like I do kind of just want to draw the firm grip as much as possible, and so adding liaisons in you know, doesn't help that. It also slows down my diplomacy plays, so it's slowing down my faction progress a little bit by taking the liaisons. Maybe it can pay off by getting me something like this or something like this, or at a certain point spice must flow. Dave C, you got 3 endgame entry cards last time you played. That's hilarious. Look at the Worm Riders. Look at this Imperium row. Quite insane. Oh, can I get this? No, I already revealed. Goddamn. Thanks, Mr. Ursul, for helping out. Okay, Jeffrey asks, could you explain a little bit about the expansion? Yeah, I'll explain a little bit. So these cards here are extra cards you can add to your deck. This is called the Tleilaxu row, but instead of costing persuasion, they cost specimens, these little green cubes. And you see your specimens that you have over here. You collect them over time and you spend them on your reveal. And you get them from revealing certain cards like these experimentations. You start the game with these instead of 2 Dune the Desert planets. So you can collect them from revealing there. Or if you play this card or any other card that has that research symbol, you move up along this research track. You move to the right here. And you can collect specimens that way as well. So that's basically how these cards work. Ilbon ends up getting in here after all. He wants the Solari. Fine, I'm happy with 4, I guess. That's just enough for Swordmaster and High Council seat. Usurp gets picked up by Ilbon. Oh my goodness, and we've got Gola and Scientific Breakthrough. Some powerful stuff here. in the Tleilaxu row. Gola allowing you to double the effects of the card that you graft it to. Jeffrey, also, when you have a chance, I do have videos on my channel explaining both expansions, Rise of Ix and Immortality. So there's a video called How to Play Rise of Ix, and there's a video called How to Play Immortality. So when you get a free moment, or another day on your work lunch break or whatever, those are videos where I guide you through everything about the new expansions. Okay, any triggers a harvest sell, so he's got 2 more specimens coming up. Trade Monopoly is the next conflict. Okay, here's the Firm Grip, here's a Seek Allies, here's an Experimentation. I've got 13 Solari, so I want to get Swordmaster. Getting Swordmaster means I'm going to have to give up shipping to Romber, but I want the Swordmaster. I mean, I could even Swordmaster and then Firm Grip to High Council if I wanted to, but I couldn't pay for it, so not great. That's where that actually that 2 extra Solari actually would have been better than I thought, because it would have allowed me to make that move. Anyway, Swordmaster it is. I mean, theoretically, I could go Wealth with Seek Allies, then Firm Grip to High Council. But I have a feeling High Council is going to get picked up here. Lisa has 5 Solari, Romber has 8 Solari, Ilbon has 7 Solari, and he already has his Swordmaster, so I would expect Ilbon might go to High Council, because he could Mentat and High Council, theoretically. Gooser 3000, a double Worm Rider reveal. It doesn't double the reveal. So Gola has the same agent box as the other grafted card. So if you graft Gola to a Worm Riders, you get 4 spice when you play the 2 together. Hey Matt, is every early game a race for Swordmaster, or is it just me? No, that's pretty much what it is. Hey Sangluton, going Firm Grip to Swordmaster could have been not too bad to also play Experimentation and Seek Allies. Yeah, maybe. Maybe so. I think I'm going to try to do the Wealth into High Council play. I don't know if it's going to work. I really don't know. I think there's a good chance it gets blocked. If it does, maybe I play the Experimentation somewhere. It's a pretty big risk, because then I might get stuck. If somebody does, well, I guess one of Mentat or High Council theoretically should be there. Or I could, at worst, send it up here somewhere. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I want to do it. Okay. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Olivier. Olivier says, hey, Bludgeon, I wanted to ask you a technical question. Don't you think the Emperor is way cooler than the Bene Gesserit? Absolutely not. How could you... Look, sorry, I don't want to say how could you. If you feel the Emperor is cooler than the Bene Gesserit, that's wonderful. But I don't think anybody is cooler than the Bene Gesserit. They are like the coolest people in the universe, as far as I'm concerned. Cool, not in the sense of like, oh, that guy's pretty cool. Like, not like as in like, oh, they're nice or they're friendly or they're like good to hang out with. That's not what I mean. But in terms of just like, you know, badassery and like, they've got amazingly cool stuff going on. They've got cool plans. They've got cool abilities. Unless you're just talking about in the game of Dune Imperium and not Dune as a story. Olivier's revoking his membership. Olivier with the purple membership badge, by the way. Oh, this is an inside joke? Okay, what's the context? Mr. Yusul says, point in the Emperor's favor, Christopher Walken? I'm sorry, but no. That, of all of the casting choices that were made in the Dune movies, and again, I haven't seen them, Ah, what do you know? Okay, well, do I Mentat? Do I Dreadnought? Do I Tech Negotiation? Yeah, it didn't work out. It didn't work out, but it's not a huge shock. And it's not the worst. I think I just have to go to Tech Negotiation with this. Because I don't want to burn all my Solari on the Mentat, I don't think. So I'll just be revealing the experimentation. It's not ideal, but I took a gamble with what would have been a fun play, and knowing it probably wouldn't work out, and it didn't. Dave C says, big fan of the Dune movies, would recommend watching them if you have the chance and enjoy the game. Yeah, I'm not interested in the movies. I love the books too much, but I'm glad people like them, but not something I'm keen to watch myself, even believing that they are probably good. Hey, Artur. The conflict is for the taking. Yeah, that might have been an argument for the Mentat. That is true. Hey, Lazarus, also thinking the Mentat into combat would have been good. It is true. Honestly, I didn't even consider it. Sometimes I just get into my mode of like, I've got all these things I want to do and I don't even consider the conflict. And that's kind of what happened here. And I just wanted to hang on to my Solari. Like, I love getting High Council seat more than I should probably, but I just like it. Especially when there's cool cards to get. I mean, the Worm Riders are all gone. Did the Atomics get used? It did, eh? All right, so now we've got this, which is pretty good for me. We got some good stuff. Thank you for those atomic weapons. Holy hell. Look at this. I'll take a Guild Ambassador. What else do I want? Probably I'll take a Stitch Horror. I don't think I have anything worth Gola-ing, really. So we'll take the Stitch Horror, and that works out quite nicely for me there. And now we've got Guild Impersonator there. Ilbon reveals for 11. Does he take the Occupation? Probably, right? Or does he just go for Spice Must Flow? He does go for the Spice Must Flow. Very cheap victory for Ilbon with 1 troop. So, you know, that is something I did give up. He could have taken Mother and Embedded Agent. That would have been pretty funny. Or, yeah, planned coupling plus the Reverend Mother is pretty brutal as well. All right, here's my hand. Signet Ring, Experimentation, Experimentation, Liaison, Convincing, Argument. Skipping Spice Must Flow for this. Yeah, I'm not sure. I honestly have never had this card. It doesn't look amazing for 8, but I don't know. I mean, it gets you to any space on the board. It gives you 3 troops immediately. You draw a card when you play it. I could see skipping Spice Must Flow for that. If you need faction access, it could end up being better than a Spice Must Flow. Could. Hey, Fadi. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. I probably am just going to take the 2 free spice here. Maybe research. Yeah, I think research could make sense because I've got a lot of good stuff here. We'll see what Elisa does. There's the High Council I wanted, so I could just get that. Maybe I just get that while I can. Zatchless, you prefer Chome directorship? Oh, for sure. I would prefer Chome directorship most of the time as well. I could also get 5 spice here. That's not something to completely ignore. We've got a couple of cards that can get me to Hayliner. Also, I'm going to need spice for this ambassador. So maybe I want spice more than I want the research. Researching now would get me, depending on which way I went here, could get me an intrigue card right away. Yeah, I think I probably do want to go... this way. And then I have the option of that influence could also be a big deal. Let's see what the intrigue card is. What do we got? Expedite. Well, not thrilling here. Do I want in for potentially more spice? I don't know what the rest of these people are up to. It wouldn't be a bad thing for me to have. But it may... you know what? I'm just going to do it. Let's see what we get. There's the Swordmaster for Romber. As far as bouncing stuff around with the Signet Ring... I mean, I could bounce Freeman down and go up on Emperor. And that would get me 2 more troops in my garrison. And it also gets me closer to the Emperor Alliance, which would be cool for the firm grip. Okay. Just Romber and Ilbon. So the High Council I could do second here. So yeah, I think the Imperial Basin looks pretty good with the experimentation. Do that. Then Signet Ring for High Council if I want to do it, which I probably do. Do I want to just speed forward? I think so. I think I'll just speed past here. Oh, Intrigue Steel. So, I do have a Stitched Horror in the deck, right? So that's going to be able to get me some progress on the Tleilaxu track. Depending on how long the game goes, there is a hope of getting to the end when you have a card like that. But I should at least be able to get this. Whether I get there first you know, we'll see. Gooser, my opponents have some good cards. Ilbon set up well. Yeah, he's got Thufir, he's got Dissecting Kit. What else did he get? Oh, he has Usurp. Right. Let's keep an eye on that. What can he usurp here? Okay, usurp plus occupation. But he doesn't get the troops out of that, but he draws a card and he can deploy. So it's not that crazy for him, really. But it does let him play it anywhere he wants, so that was not bad. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get this accomplished for myself. And I'm going to do this. Rapid mobilization to put in 2 troops. I guess he's going to use the 2 swords here. So I might only get 1 spice for my 2 troops, which is a little... I'll say more than a little disappointing. I was hoping to get at least 2 spice out of that. And I might end up with nothing. Let's see. It seems like a crazy thing to do with the rapid mobilization, but I mean, he's overloaded on intrigue cards, I guess is the reason. All right, well, I'm going to take a Reverend Mother here. You know, I don't have the Bene Gesserit combo stuff, but 2 different factions access and a good reveal. You know, I'm not going to let that sit there. Also, I don't want to be usurped or something by it. So, yeah. So, you know, my deck is a little bit big. That's what they say. But you can't not add a Reverend Mother Mohiam to the deck in this situation. Okay, Ilbon gets the 2 spice reward off the Tleilaxu track race. Retreats a troop. Pretty good. He's up to 6. The current score, Romber with 4, Elisa with 5, Ilbon with 6, and me, Tessia, with 4. I have 1 alliance, and I have 1 victory point with the Emperor. My techs are memo quarters and troop transports. I mean, I got 1 good activation out of the troop transports. Will I ever get another one? Possibly. Possibly with the expedite. Okay, they end up tying for first. They get 2 spice, I get 1. I'm up to 9 spice. There's the Firm Grip. There's the Stitched Horror. There's the Guild Ambassador. So I'm gonna want to reveal that guy for the victory point. I'm gonna want to play the Firm Grip to wealth if I can. For the Stitched Horror, I'm gonna be taking the Scarab, and I'm not sure. I typically like to trash, but I don't have great cards to trash. The water is probably the bet. So that would get me to here. Elisa choosing her card to set aside with her 1 step ahead ability. Hey, Mark III, yes, Immortality is ranked now. Current ranked, as it stands, is Rise of Ix plus Immortality, not to 11. It changed about an hour ago. Graft it with the reconnaissance to trash the reconnaissance. Yeah, that's another option, Mr. Yusul. Hey, Rusty's Pit. Rusty's Pit with the 1-year loyalty badge. Love to see that. Rusty says, great to see that Dune Imperium and the app are so successful and that there is much potential with Uprising. Always liked Immortality more, so it's great fun to play outside tabletop simulator. Yeah, I mean, it's a great thing that, you know, the game has been as successful as it has been. And, you know, it's been a wonderful thing. Hopefully it maintains or grows that success. And, you know, Uprising, I mean, that'll be exciting when that happens. But we're going to be waiting a while for that. But yeah, really nice to have some switch up with the Immortality in here for sure. Hey, Balrogs. All right, Elisa gets the Freeman Alliance here and is now at 6 points. What did she do? Oh, Beguiling Pheromones with Full Space. Okay, yeah, so Elisa did get the Beguiling Pheromones. It's a great card for her. Yeah, I don't want to spend my spice on the Conspire, I don't think. I think I want to hang on to that. So, we'll just do this. We'll do that. I guess we'll do it with Freeman for now. We'll see. I had no access to shipping. Even if I did, I think I would have prioritized the firm grip. Ilbon's sitting at 7 points, and the game will end at 10 points. Hey, Olivier. Olivier says, couldn't help but notice Bene Gesserit is the only track that doesn't interest you. It's just that they're so cool, I'm kind of intimidated by them. You know what I mean? I say, okay, I'm gonna go. I start walking up to the place, and like halfway, I just kind of stop for a second. I catch my breath. I think, you know, not today. And I turn around and I walk home. And that's been happening a lot. It's just, that's how cool they are. Possibly selective breeding here. Is it Hayliner time? I mean, I've got the fold space for round 7, but Ilbon has the 7 spice. That's the issue there. So he probably beats us to Hayliner next round, which is not great. The thing is, Hayliner is not... I'm not that excited about winning this conflict. I mean, the 2 water could be good, but... I'm going to select a breeding. I'm just going to do this guy now. Okay, so now I've got the fold space to play. And that could go to secrets, potentially. And the draw card is not bad either. Get something else kind of out of the way. Robert takes detonation devices. Okay, let's keep an eye on him. Wind traps pops up. Keeping in mind I have the memo quarter, so I definitely want to get to 3 influence everywhere. The fold space will get that done for me with Bene Gesserit, right? Gain 1 influence on the track. So fold space to secrets gets me an intrigue card and jumps me up to there. So I definitely want to get that done. And then I'll have to, you know, I just need to send somebody to Freeman once to get that done as well. It's not going to be as easy as it might seem. I only have the 1 diplomacy that can actually get me there. So I'm going to hold on to my spice because, again, like the Hayliner, what does it accomplish? I mean, it gets me troops, it gets me water, but I feel like I've got other things to do. And yes, the firm grip can also help me with that. All right, so let's go. Let's see what we get with the intrigue card. I mean, I could have also gotten the alliance immediately. Grand Conspiracy. We'll see about that. Convincing argument. Okay. All right, Grand Conspiracy. 2 dreadnoughts, no. 1 spice must flow. I mean, hopefully that will happen. High Council seat, yes. 4 influence, no. I've got 1 of those. So, yeah, it's possible I can get a point out of this if the game goes long enough. I need a spice must flow, and I need the Bene Gesserit alliance, essentially, to get 1 point there. Both things that I want to do anyway. Those 2 daggers being there made it hard for me to get good trashing done. I maybe should have trashed the reconnaissance out of hand instead of the convincing argument out of my discard, but I don't know. I didn't want to do it. Emperor Alliance as well. Yeah, I'm close to an alliance on 2 different spots. We'll see if I can make it work. I'm going to get a victory point here from revealing the Guild Ambassador, which is good. Ilbon reveals for 4. Okay. No spice must flow. This time he's got a lot of spice. We'll see. I'm pretty sure he's got diplomacy coming up. I am 1 research away from a victory point. There's also research getting me this influence, actually, is a pretty big deal. Ilbon rockets up to get another intrigue card out of there. He's almost at the end. There he is. Wow. What a run. Oh, okay, that's everything. Animation was confusing. All right, well, we'll cash in for the victory point with the Guild Ambassador getting to 6 with 7 points. I'll take a power play here. That could be helpful for me for sure. And there's Web of Power, but I think the power play might be better at this stage. Anyway, it's not like there was a choice between them. I'm not going to take a liaison because I'd rather draw that power play. Romber reveals for 5 or 7, depending on what he wants to do. He's going to take the swords, I think. He has the artillery, and he has detonation devices, so he's ready to explode that dreadnought for a victory point. Unless somebody can stop him. Elisa has 3 intrigue cards. Robert has 4 intrigue cards. Gruesome Sacrifice. Nope, she's just getting out of there. Okay. All right, this is going to be a successful mission for Romber. Not so successful for the pilot of his dreadnought. Let's remember the dreadnought pilots for a change. Cannon turrets. Oh, no! Oh, Ilbon with the plays! Wait, return a dreadnought to your... Yeah, you have to win using a dreadnought! Oh, Ilbon, what a beauty play. I mean, he still doesn't win the conflict, but he stops Robert from getting a victory point out of that, which is hilarious. That means we're going to have to fight against that dreadnought next conflict, and it's economic supremacy. I expect to see a Hayliner here. Here's the Reverend Mother. That, I mean, that could... Yeah, I mean, that could help me in 2 different alliances here. That's interesting. I think I'd probably play the diplomacy first. Maybe selective breeding. I don't have spice for a Hayliner myself, you know, because I was pretty confident Ilbon would be hitting it. Sometimes you can do that and get, you know, you get really lucky. They just happen to miss, and then I could swoop in. I didn't make that play. There's the Stitched Horror, so that will get me the victory point here. And I think I might take water again so that I'm ready for a research station potentially. I'll have to trash a dagger out of hand for the selective breeding, which is fine. And I think I'll do the Stitched Horror immediately for the water, just in case what I draw ends up being something I want to send to research station. Yeah, it's a pretty nice deck. That early reveal for the Firm Grip, I feel pretty good about. That play I made where I blew up the row to see what would be there to decide if I was going to use my final agent. And ended up being Firm Grip. Obviously, you know, lucking out with this, always good. She's nice, you know, however she ends up getting used this round. And the selective breeding gets taken. All right, well, I have to hit secrets, though, anyway. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Still suits for the water for research. Yeah. No. I'm gonna get that alliance here while I can. Oh yeah, and there's a steal as well. Just load up on intrigue cards here. Okay. Now Secrets is being blocked, so theoretically I don't have to worry about it too much. I can put Web of Power on top of the deck. I have to pay 2 spice for it. But if I can then draw it somehow, but how do I even draw it at this point? I don't have a way to really... My hand is pretty bad. I'm just going to sit on these entry cards for now and think about it. Mentat would draw it. That's true. I don't get the agent, but it might be worth doing it. It's honestly not a completely crazy idea, Environmental, who suggests Mentat, even though there's no Mentat. Because look, let's say I send Reverend Mother to Wealth and I get that alliance. Then let's say I send Dagger to Mentat, draw a card. I'm out of agents. But if this is on top of my deck, and I reveal that, I can then reveal it for the Freeman and get 2 influence, and that also unlocks the Memo Quarters. So I think that actually is the play, as crazy as it sounds. Can this... Obviously, getting second here would be good, but I don't have a way to get in. Nobody's going to go to Mentat. You know what I mean? Usurp with this guy. Getting 2 spice and the victory point. Pretty nice. He could have gone to Hayliner there. Why didn't he do that? Okay, I think he's reconsidering. Yeah, that makes a whole lot more sense. Hey Jacques, the techs are here. Alright, so... I think it's just wealth. I don't want to waste my spice for no real reason in case it comes to a tiebreaker or something. I think I'm going to do this right now. Just in case something weird happens, if somebody early reveals or something, I don't know. Is it tipping my hand? Maybe it's tipping my hand. Theoretically, nobody's going to early reveal here, but I mean, if Ilbon early reveals, it's to buy Spice Must Flow. It's not to buy Web of Power. If Ilbon wins this conflict, he can get to 10 points. Yes, and he buys a Spice Must Flow. It's 11 if he does. With this play, I will end on 11 points because I'll get 1 here, and then I'll get 1 from the memo quarters. I unfortunately don't have the Spice Must Flow for the Grand Conspiracy. I have the High Council, I have the 4 Influence, but I don't have the Dreadnoughts or the Spice Must Flow. Spice tiebreaker, but I'm going to be spending 2 spice on the bypass protocol. He just grafted a Spice Must Flow with Usurp? What? Actually, that's a reason I should have done this earlier. If he had usurped this, it would be gone. What the hell? Oh, his dissecting kit. Okay. Okay, I thought he usurped Spice Must Flow. That was weird. All right, we're doing the very rare but very special no Mentat Mentat. Too funny. Too funny. Here's a Tleilaxu Master that's not going to matter. So there's a good chance that I lose to Ilbon on a Spice tiebreaker. But this is the best I can do. It's pretty cool. Okay, looks like, never mind. Looks like Romber likely to win this conflict. If he does, he can get 2 points. Maybe he can find the Solari and get 3. And then the Dreadnought could be 4. That could be 9 points for Romber, potentially, and who knows what else he's got. But I'll take my chances with Romber over Ilbon for sure. The alliances should not be here. They should be here, first of all, to save space here, but also that's where everybody else's alliance are. Why do they do these things? Why do they do it? There's the Spice Must Flow for Ilbon. Yeah, so if he had won this, it would have been toast. You think Romber has demand respect? That'd be bad. Well, either way, this is the end of the game, so there's no point burning any of this. We do one of these. We get the other one of those. And I guess just in case. I mean, there's no just in case. Really, I shouldn't have done that. Just in case it revealed something helpful to somebody else. Invasion ships. Yeah, he's going to pick up Solari. No, he goes to secrets. Oh, he's stealing from me. Oh, he steals Grand Conspiracy. Oh, I should have burned it. The invasion ships. Why didn't I think of invasion ships? I was thinking, oh, secrets is blocked. It doesn't matter. Grand Conspiracy. Okay, he has one dreadnought. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have High Council Seed. Okay, he doesn't get anything out of it, so it actually is fine. He has 7 intrigue cards. I don't like this, though. I don't like that at all. So, if... 7 intrigue cards. He's got to have something here. He's got to. Hey, Ognian. Urgent mission. What the hell is this guy doing today? Okay, there's the Solari so he can buy the extra point. What does the research do for him? Nothing? No, because he can cash in specimens to get another point there. Is this gonna... Okay, he's gonna get 4 points from the conflict. I think Romber might win this game. What an insane turn. All of this is going to get him to 10. But I guess he doesn't have a Splice Must Flow, so he's going to need something in the intrigue cards to get another point. But, you know, there's a good chance he has something. Just please don't have anything here. Please. It seems like he probably does. Ilbon, oh, Ilbon staged an incident. Okay, so that's... There's my hopes gone. So I don't win even if I don't lose this alliance. Because an incident has been staged by Ilbon. Nice play from him. Although, I guess he was in line for second place here anyway? That's a little... weird, actually. Okay. So it's between Romber and Ilbon, I guess. Look at this. Oh, and War Chest? Did he have the Solari? No. Corner of the Market, though? No. Grand Conspiracy? No. So it's Ilbon first, me second. Wow. Well, it was a close game. It was a close game. Well played by YKZDG, or as I like to call him, Yitzg. And of course, well played by Jaihu and RP Nomad 64. That was a crazy finish. Man, oh man. I mean, that was a great final round there from Jai-Hu. He really scared me with all of this stuff. I think he was digging for an intrigue to get that alliance. Luckily, he didn't have it. So, you know, second place matters again because this is a ranked game. So that's going to get me 1 star. It was close. You know, it was a nice finish for me. I ended up with 3 alliances and a memo quarters point. But that's pretty much all I had. I never got a Spice Must Flow. 1 from the Tleilaxu track, 1 from the Guild Ambassador. That's it. These are the only points I got outside of the faction tracks. Memo quarters, Guild Ambassador, Tleilaxu track. 3 alliances. All 4 victory points and the memo quarters point. Well, I mean, that was a pretty fun start to this season. Hey, Basehead GG says, did that dude gain 4 VPs and have another 5 VPs worth of endgames in hand? Yeah, he had War Chest, Plans Within Plans, and Grand Conspiracy, but didn't cash any of them in. Let's collect the stars, I guess. That's this game. Here we go. Come on, star. Oh, yeah. 1 star into silver, by the way. I did not get to master last season because they released Immortality before the season was over. So starting at silver instead of gold this time.